just made me a smoothie to wake up. Made my mom one as well. When she wakes up, she'll be waking up to a beautiful surprise. Yeah, it's a good day, man. It's a good day. Feeling good. We got as the title says, I'm gonna be going over some of my old Akuma matches. Not too many. I think I'm just gonna go over the Akuma matchup that I had yesterday, and maybe one more. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Just to you know, level up my game. It's always good to go over what you, especially in fighting games. It's always good to go over some of your past games. See how what was I losing to, and how I can correct that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, and then after that we'll jump into some sets or ranked or casuals, whatever. But yeah, what else has been going on? Today's a beautiful day out here. I don't think the sun is out just yet. I went to walk my dog. It was a little like the sun is trying to come out, but it's not out yet. So it's probably gonna be a real chill day. My daughter's at her mother's house this weekend, so I'm pretty much free to stream the whole day. So that's the goal so far. You know, other than the occasional breaks here and there. But yeah, I hope y'all are all good. I'm glad y'all all here. Shout outs to Love is War. What's up, buddy? Good morning to you. See you in here. Everybody else in here. If you want to lurk, that's fine. If you don't, if you want to talk, that's also cool. Doesn't matter. As long as you spending your time with me, I appreciate that, man. So let's get into it. Let's turn off this music really quick and get into it. So first I have to save up I have to find the games first. I know I was having some battle lounges with Akuma player. Yes. So these are the ones I want to watch. Let's get the ones that I lost. Let's see why I lost. So we'll add this replay. We'll add this replay. 2 is good. Let's see some ranked. Yeah, it's a Ryu. Let's see. That's a replay. That's a replay. And I probably won't get to all of these, right? Because that's a lot of games. But I also want that Guile player, that Dark Knight In. I want to save those games, but I might not get to his games because there's a lot of games already. Yeah, Dark Knight In. Yeah, you see, I lost him 2 times. I want to see what it was that I lost to. I mean, that's a hard matchup with Guile. So let's start off with the Akuma matches.
Capcom Fighters Network.
And also, this is good. I'm gonna also throw these up on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. Just for accountability as well for myself, so that I can go over it. It's a good way to go over it. I don't have any pen and a piece of paper to write some of the things down that I want to write, but whatevs. Maybe I should get a pen and a piece of paper. That's fine. All right. I really feel like I should get a pen and a piece of paper. Let me do that. Let me get a quick pen and a piece of paper. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. All right. So I got my little pen, got my little piece of paper. Ready. All right. Let's view this replay. Product and method. Yeah, come on. Okay. Just gonna type in the Kuma right up on top there, and let's do it. I already sat down here in a while.
Round
Done something
one.
like this.
Fight.
So I know I was working the Fireball game a lot. So I know. See, I personally wanted to keep it in that mid range, that range that was. Sorry, let me pause it real quick. That range that was sort of like whiff punish range, fireball range, because if he's all on top of me, he's gonna be winning, right? So let's say, for instance, if I wanted to classify it in numbers, 1 would be we're right on top of each other, 2 is, let's say, sweep range, and 3 would be you can't really do anything kind of range, just like fireballs, kind of feeling them out and stuff like that. So I wanted to keep it in that maybe 2-ish, 3-ish range, where if he threw something out, I could react to it, or you know, dash up and make some kind of offense. So that's what I was trying to do. And you see, he was doing. That was interesting. That was a nice trip guard that I did right there. Gotta get my anti-airs out. That was an easy anti-air right there, and I tried it and I just messed it up. See, now I know he has V trigger. You know what he was catching me a lot with too? That low forward, man. That low forward is so strong for Kuma. It's so hard to do a walk back on it. I gotta pay attention to when he was walking back. There's an easy anti-air right there.
Round 2. Fight.
So what I just wrote down was to be more mindful of distance in the corner. See, you see, ooh, that was nice there. You see when he gets me in the corner, how he likes to move? You can tell what he's trying to do, but depending on where he is. Yeah, that's rough too. Okay. You could tell what he's trying to do depending on where he is, right? So when he was walking back and forth, I should have poked out a button, and I didn't, because I was scared that his button was gonna be mine. But I have to do it. I have to throw out a button, like a safe, maybe standing medium punch or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to stop his approach. All right. What else did I learn from that one? The low forward. Trying to get 1, 3. Speed, Low forward. He was activating a lot off the low forward. Watch it again, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Round 1. Fight.
I think what I did really good was I had to throw a lot of fireballs. Like, you have to throw a lot of fireballs, just that it's so unsafe again. But it's a tool that he has and you gotta use it. I mean, it's risky, but it's what it is. So you see that range that I'm keeping? Like, that's my, I'm gonna chill out range, wait for you to do something. See, that's not a real thing. When you dash forward after a grab, I was just trying to check him and see what he was thinking. This was so good, man. I was playing it really, really well. I messed up the DP right there. He has V trigger and then he activates, and that's when it all goes to shit. Nice jump. See, like, I had him, dude. And it's me trying to walk back. Yeah, gonna click with the low forward. Like, if he's gonna get the trigger out, I'd rather him get trigger in a position where at least I'm on block. Yeah. And look at how much damage he did to me off of 1 V trigger. That's ridiculous, man. Yeah, so I gotta watch the low forward a little bit more.
Round 2.
Ozakashi.
Fight.
Let's see here. He reacted to the fireball. Tried to air the air, didn't get it because of his air fireball. He has convert up for anything, man. Yeah, you see that? You see those positions that he's in when he's walking back and forth? Gotta stick out a button. Gotta stick out like a medium or a sweep or something like that. Yeah. Gotta do that. Alright. Got a couple of notes down from that match. Could delete that from the list. Let's check this one out. So I was having a real hard time. I know one of the things I was having a hard time in, but it's really hard to combat, is when he wakes up, we quick rises and does a 3-frame jab. With online, it's just so strong. It's like, you know, that's something that you can abuse. It's like those online things that you could abuse, that is just really, really, really strong online, and that offline you wouldn't be able to get away with it that much. I know that for sure. Damn, I could have whip punished him, but I tried anyway. Nice stuff. See, I was really trying to position myself to make sure I got the anti-air. Yeah, I could have been more damage there. That was a good whip punish by myself. Good jump. Nice. Nice. Yep. Damn. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna say he was chilling. That was a good round by myself, if I do say so myself.
Round 2. Fight.
Air to air. Yep. Right after his whip. Yeah. See those? Gotta make sure. I gotta make sure I take them out the air, man. Watch those demon flip setups. Because that's something that I can't let him get away with. You see how I got him out of the corner into a better position? Can't let him do that. Hey, what's going on, Ice? Appreciate the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Woodpeckers. Appreciate that, my man. Nice grab, yeah. Grab him right out of that. Yeah, you see, he's doing the same thing. That walk back. How did you learn SFV? Please, I need help. This right here, Ice King. This is how you learn Street Fighter. Learning the situations that you were put into and trying to counteract that, right? How, like for instance, right now, I'll go into the training room with certain things that were happening that he did, try to emulate it, and just try to work on ways that they don't put me in an awkward position, right? I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. Let me do this. This is just really it, man. You know, you really just got to put in the time. And go over the things that you went wrong. It's like anything in life, right? You mess up on a test, what do? You study. You study, you take the test again, you pass. Or, you know, whatever. Same thing. See, like this corner pressure was what was giving me a lot of problems. And I gotta work on getting out of the corner safely. See, that 3-frame jab really was hurting me as well. See, I let him get away with those demon flips as well. Oh, that nice neutral. Now, yep. Demon flip setups, low forward.
Akuma wins.
And then just noticing the habits, picking up on people's habits when they play. You know, what ranges that he wanted to jump in, right? That range, that 2 to 3 range, you know, around there is where he would, you know, try to jump. And I gotta take him out of the air. Like, that's free damage, and all the damage that I can get on Akuma is what I want. I need to take as much damage as possible on Akuma, because that's his really only weakness, right? Akuma's real only weakness is that he has low health. So that means that you, as the player, when you get an opportunity to put damage on Akuma, you have to maximize your damage. So whether it's by anti-airing, you know, you hit him with the best anti-air you can. You know, whatever it is, you know, you have to maximize damage. Nice. Alright, so that's some of what the Akuma matches. And you see it just like this, Ice King. This is what I'm doing. Just writing some notes. Me as a person, I learn better when I write it down. Or like if I write it down on my phone or something, you know, like that. Like that is what how I retain things easier. So that's just what I'll do. I mean, I know it sounds tedious or whatever, but if you want to get better, especially in fighting games, man, you gotta figure it. You know, you gotta practice, you gotta train, you gotta go to training mode, you gotta do that stuff, man. It's not, fighting games are not easy, man. Fighting games are one of the hardest things to get into. You could play for hours and hours and hours and still be a scrub. And it's just because it's so many little nuances that you just have to get used to. So this is this Ryu matchup that I had. Ryu was another hard one that I had. Well, this Ryu anyway. I felt like he was a lot more comfortable in the spacing that I wanted to keep. I felt like that was his comfortable space. But you know, I didn't really know any other way to play it. Throw a fireball right away. I think I'm gonna start playing defensive against Ryu. Just because his fireball is so good, and most Ryus are gonna play fireball. In my corner game, you can see I could have thrown fireballs there. Nice air to air. I should have baited that. You see that right there? I also didn't pay attention to his V trigger. Since a lot of people don't use V trigger too, it wasn't something that registered in my head. So that would really mess me up. Yeah, I shouldn't have backed up so far. Right? I gotta poke them out when they're walking in walking distance, that close distance.
Round 2.
Gotta poke them when they walk forward. Whether it's a low medium punch or a standing medium punch, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of Ryus like to walk and get that crouching forward. I missed most of this round, so let me go over it again. Yeah.
Round 1.
And then we're gonna go back.
Fight.
There we go.
Round 2.
All right.
Fight.
See how he started that round? He didn't start off with a fireball, but I fireball because he started off the last time with a fireball. Nice. Yep, you see that? Well, at least I know that the way I'm thinking about right now. Hey, what's going on, Cat Panda 01? Appreciate the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Woodpeckers. I appreciate that, man. I hope you're having a happy big Saturday wherever you are in the world. Just going over some old videos, trying to get better. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I'm trying to get better at keeping them in the corner. With Ken, it's kind of hard. And this is where I got complacent. I should have thrown anything out. When he got close, I should have thrown like an EXDP something. Don't get too complacent in the corner.
Win.
So still writing some things down. Like I said, this is what you got to do, man. However you retain information the best, just do it. Activate. More micro distance in the corner. Back there, watch for demon flares back there. We'll start to open there. Right. Okay. So some of the notes I just put down, just because obviously you can't see it. Just some things that I noticed. For instance, when Ryu is walking forward, most of the time, most Ryus are gonna go for that low forward because they want to go to low forward into fireball. So try to beat that out. When I see them walking forward, probably just try to hit them with a move to stuff them, maybe a crouching medium punch or a a standing light kick, because I can confirm that into something. So let's see, standing light kick, crouching MP. Don't get too complacent in the corner. I lost a lot of damage by just standing there and waiting for something, but I shouldn't wait. I can't wait forever. Right? This game is a game that you have to be proactive, and you know, when you wait there too long looking for something, for instance, that match, it never came. So I have to, like, yo, just do it. Just do something, something to get out, whether it's a jump, whether it's a DP, EX DP into trigger. Like, I had trigger there. I could have done something to maybe get me out that would have been safe. So I gotta do something. I gotta try to get out there. What else I put? Oh, defensive at the start, right? So Ryu, what I noticed, especially with that Ryu, is that he started off with fireball. That's not the safest thing, but the thing about Ryu is that he has a good fireball, right? So it's kind of something that a lot of projectile characters that have good projectiles, like him, Guile, they'll start off with a fireball, and you have to hard read that to punish it, right? So you can't react to it. So I would have to jump blindly to catch him throwing a fireball, because if I would have tried to react, I would have gotten hit. And I didn't do that. So probably the best thing for me is, at least if I would have just played defensively, maybe just walk back a little bit, I can protect against him being offensive, and I can protect myself because I know, okay, he throws a fireball in the beginning. That's just information. It's just a little bit of chip damage. I got it. Sometimes you got to eat those. You got to eat the chip damage sometimes. So and his sweep, when he sweeps, a lot of Ryus like to sweep for V trigger 1 to activate their V triggers. So because they're plus on it, and it's a long range poke, and they can make it safe with the activation. So I just got to keep that in mind. I got to look for the V trigger when they want to activate. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this Guile video real quick. I was having a lot of problems with this Guile. And after these Guile matchups, then we'll be done, and we could get into some ranked or whatever, or sets or whatnot. This guy, I mean, it's a hard matchup in general, and the problem with Guile versus Ken is that you have to take risks, and anytime when you have to take a risk is rough. Like that means you don't beat that character. So I got a good jump in the beginning. Went for the top 2 to get OP. Nice block. Nice jump. Could have baited that. Good DP. Oh damn. Oh, nice on me. Nice little shimmy there. Alright, just to put him back on defense. But I probably shouldn't have done that, because when he triggered, I should have just thought of a way to get back and get my V activation. But I guess it wasn't too bad, because I still was able to get it in the end. Right there. Nice tech. You know, he was crouch teching a lot. I gotta. Ooh, I missed that, dude. And he EX there. I knew he was gonna EX right there. They do that a lot.
Round 2. Fight.
So I just wrote down I need to watch for the EX somersault after a mix-up, after a left-right mix-up. So when you say a left-right mix-up, right, let's say I reset them in the air like that, I have the ability to go to the opposite side of them, behind them, or I can stay in front of them, and that's a mix-up. It's a left-right mix-up, right? You don't know which way I'm gonna go. But with charge characters, they can auto-correct their DPs easy. So. Damn. Nah. Got too anxious trying to punish that. And now Sonic Boom Ring. Yeah, he was trying to get that on me hard. I knew to just block it out. You just gotta block. And I should have triggered right there. Yeah, that sucked.
Guile wins.
Matches go so quick. Guile, love it. What's going on, Love is What? Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm just writing some stuff down. Let me watch this one again.
Round 1.
See if there's anything I missed.
Fight.
How you doing, Love is War, man? How's your day going? Happy big Saturday. See, right? Yeah, that was a nice shimmy right there, dude. Walked out of that range real quick. I missed that. You know, I gotta start trying to air them too. Doing well, just waking up. And you? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm usually an early bird. I usually wake up around anywhere from 5, 5:30, 6. That's usually my time, unless I'm real tired from the day before. As you can see, I'm just going over some matches. Ah, man, I went just too far on that. You get so like blinded on trying to put as much pressure on Guile. Sometimes you forget about, you know, those positions where he's gonna EXDP. Oh man, he did nothing there. That's funny. But you can see that he's kind of crouched back in. Oh, got him. I hate Guile with Ken, hoping to make my Candy strong. Oh, nice. So that's your secondary? I thought you played Chun-Li. For some reason, I thought you were playing Chun-Li. Because Chun-Li is an okay matchup against Guile. Yeah, when he puts me right back out there, it's rough, man. See, right here, though, this EX Fireball, man, I should have triggered right there. Yeah, I play Chun-Li too. She's my favorite character as a whole. Yeah. Well, if you get your Chun-Li strong, she's a very good option against Guile. Like, she doesn't outright beat Guile, but she has a lot of tools that can beat Guile. You know, a fast critical art that goes through his fireballs. Her fireball, their fireball game is kind of the same in the sense that they want to use it to pressure. So, and her buttons, she has good buttons, especially in that, I would say, like that mid range, that sweep range, that can combat Guile. I mean, she's, like I said, she doesn't outright beat Guile, right? So let's check this one, and then we'll be done for this empowerment session. And then we'll get into some games. How are you doing on the rankings, my man? War, did you rank up any yesterday?
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, he was baiting me out with that. I got too antsy. You see that? You see what you can do? A lot of those guys like to follow their sonic booms. With Ken, especially, either if you don't sweep, if you don't get a good read on the sweep, go with the DP. But you got to get a read on it. Yeah, nice. I'm still at Platinum, taking a break from rank, too laggy as of late, tons of rage quitters, not worth it to be honest. Yeah, but what you could do is try to get some sets, man. Either get some sets, get some casuals in. You know, you don't always have to do rank, you know, like for instance, you know, at the end of the day yesterday I was running some sets, so I'm not even really, you know, going to it that hard. This match I just took a whole bunch of sonic boom damage, dude. Like I half my life went to sonic boom damage. So, really bad start. And he likes to just walk back, because that's where Guile is strong at, right? If he's walking back, that means he has charge. So I have to figure out something to do to get on him when he's walking back like that. So I'm gonna write that down.
Guile wins.
Because they're defensive, right? When they walk back, they're looking to reset the situation. They're looking to get their charge again. So I gotta pressure them either quick, or I have to, you know, just back off in a certain range. But with Guile, like for instance, Guile and Bison are different because they both charge characters, but Bison moves forward with his pressure because of Scissor Kick. Guile, he stays still. And he just, you know, obviously he sonic booms. but then he'll walk forward. That's his way of walking forward, right? It's through the sonic boom. So, by the way, check out this Ken player called the Mocha Latte. Oh yeah, I know that dude. I seen him play before. I don't know if he still plays Ken though. I thought he dropped Ken because I know he was real upset about the Ken changes in 3.5. He is the type of Ken every Ken should aspire to be. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. I've seen him before. You know, as a matter of fact, let's see if we can find a game on him just to watch how he plays. Replay storage. Search for favorites. There's no ID. Okay, hang okay. Oh, how I want it. The Mocha Latte. Let's not see any Ken matches, but let's see this one. This should be interesting. And he won the match, so let's see this. We'll watch this one real quick, and then we'll play some games of our own. Yeah, 801 Strider. Should be a good game.
Round 1. Fight.
You see that range? Like I'm learning that you just have to do that. You have to throw fireballs in that like mid range there. Damn. You get caught in the blender. It's hard to do anything, man. He's trying to get out. Nice sweep. Nice backdash. Because he knew that she was probably kind of back throw him. Okay, dash forward. Wow, interesting. He probably tried to press a button.
Round 2. Fight.
I want to go over that round. I want to go over that round again.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, see, fireball game, right out of range of his stuff. And now you see, when he thought he was playing complacent, he jumped in. He got the tech, and then that's when she put her pressure on. Let me, you can't go backwards? Let's play back. That's whack. You gotta keep on exiting and coming back in. It's done. Alright, whatever.
Round 2. Fight. Round 1. Fight. My bad. Let me do this again. Round 2. Fight. Round 1.
Because it's very important to notice after the tech of the grab what she does and what he does. Alright? Tech, boom, he comes right in. And I think he tried to throw a fireball again. And it started the blender. That one decision, he was in a range that he was throwing the fireballs in. 801 Strider was picking up where he was throwing the fireballs at. He thought he was, well, I don't know if he thought he was safe, but I guess he was just trying to throw fireballs because, you know, that's a good range to throw fireballs in. And he just went right in. And that one move, once you get caught in Laura's blender, is just so hard. Unless either you make a read or you guess right.
Round 2. Fight.
Let's see this round. Still throwing fireballs. A lot less fireballs. Got over. See, yeah. Because he's been very aggressive. 801 Strider has been very aggressive. Once he gets a hit, he goes ham. So that was a good EXVP. Nice backdash. Nice whip punish. Beautiful whip punish. He knew the range that he was gonna do that in. Yup. That same range that he caught him the last round. Mocha Latte is looking for it. Nice. He saw him walk back. See? You see the range? He's staying right out of the range of that. You see? And he's neutral jumping. He's specifically looking for that in the neutral now. Ooh, I wonder what he tried to do there. Mix-up time? Oh, nice block. See? You see? He keeps, while he's neutral jumping or he's getting out of the range, he's looking for that elbow. But ooh, Strider, what the hell? He messed up on the DP on the end of that one. Strider's not giving it to him anymore because he knows that he's looking for it. Nice DP. He's really good at controlling space. Yeah, you have to be. With Ken, any of the lower tier characters, I mean any character in general, you have to control the spacing. But it's so much more important with the lower tier characters because they don't have really any buffers that make it, like they don't have anything outstandingly strong so that they don't need to do that. Like for instance, you could play Cammy and not really be good at spacing or footsies because her moves are just so strong that it's hard for people to deal with them. He missed his anti there. But like for people like Ken, Alex, you know, Zangief, you know, those people, they have to be strong at their ground. You know, they have to be strong at the space and ground game. You know, that's why those characters are the best characters to learn. Him, like Ryu, those characters are not outstandingly strong at anything. They make you have to learn the game well to win.
Final round.
They make sure that you know the game mechanics very well. Still with the fireballs, okay. I think Mocha Latte notices that Strider's not throwing that elbow anymore. He did throw a whip punish though to try to beat it if he threw it out. So he has that in his head still. Oh, he tried to air the arrow. Plus. Why did he do that? I wonder what he was thinking. Nice, nice. Off of a hit, he dashed forward. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of fireballs. He's really keeping it real. He's keeping Strider guessing right now. Nice. He messed up on the combo. He woke up. 3-frame jab by Strider. Mix-up time. Oh wow, he just stood there. That's so weird. Nice confirm. That should be it. That's that was nice. So you see a lot. There's a lot of mind games going on. There's a lot of chess things going on. You know, Strider changed up his game from that second round to this third round where he didn't want to throw any more of those elbows. Mocha Latte noticed that and he kept throwing fireballs again. Like, so for instance, the first round he was throwing a lot of fireballs. Strider figured that, okay, if you're throwing fireballs at this range, I remember that, I'm gonna throw this elbow to beat your fireball, get a crush counter or whatever, or beat it, and then start my Oki game. That's how he just watched them up the first round. The second round, Mocha Latte threw a couple of fireballs, but then if you notice, he was getting his spacing right so that he could either whip punish the elbow or neutral jump it and hit it. Once he was beating that, it deterred Strider from doing it anymore. And then in the third round, Mocha Latte went right back to the original strategy, throwing more of the fireballs, and working that range out. What he also did, Mocha Latte, is that on a lot of the situations where he would have thrown a fireball, he dashed in. That's a very, very good tactic, which I gotta remember myself, is that when I'm throwing, if I set up, so for instance, he had Strider thinking that this range, I'm gonna throw fireball. But what he also did is he threw some fireballs, but he also mixed it up with the dash forward. And he was throwing him off of his game. So like that time when he threw, he did a block string with the low forward standing, low forward, no, it was low short, low jab, low medium kick. It hit him. They were right in that range where he would throw fireball. Laura's waiting, Strider's waiting for the fireball, and instead of throwing fireball, he dashed up and he grabbed him. That's the same range, two different moves in the same, but within that same range, it got him thinking. And then when he started to dash up, grab, it had Strider thinking like, holy shit, like I don't know what he's doing anymore. It had, and you could tell because Strider wasn't going offensive anymore. He was just like, you could tell by his play, like he was like, what the fuck is going, like what is he doing? And that's what Mocha Latte took control. He was just like, all right, he's waiting for certain things, I'm just gonna go in, boom, 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 and he got a lot of his damage like that. So that was a good match. I'm glad you brought up Mocha Latte, because that's the one thing I gotta remember myself. I'm glad you brought that up, my friend. He's the Ken I study the most. Good, good, good. I mean, he's a good Ken, dude. You know, I study a lot of Momochi. Sadly, he doesn't really play Ken anymore, so it's rough to get games to watch him. That's why I'm actually thinking about playing Karen, because watching Momochi play from Street Fighter 4 to here, I have a similar mindset as Momochi, but I guess you could say like my execution and how much time I put into the game is what I'm lacking, right? The reason why I say I like to play that Momochi type of gameplay is because I like the defensive style of gameplay. I like to kind of wait my time, you know, get as much information as possible, and, you know, work the ground, you know. So it's more of a, if you wanted to put it, it's a more defensive spacing type of mindset play, you know. You kind of want to be more grounded. And especially with Ken, I mean, you don't have the buttons to go ham on people, right? But in this game is a more offensive game, so you always have to have your mindset on making some kind of offense. The problem with Ken is his buttons are pretty bad compared to the rest of the cast. And when I say his buttons are bad, I mean he has real stubby buttons. He doesn't have much range on his buttons. He doesn't have many plus buttons on block. You know what I'm saying? So that's why his buttons are pretty bad. Like, you know, he doesn't have range. He doesn't have a lot of plus buttons. So you need some Ada aggressive Ken too. Yeah, but the rough thing about Ada is I know personally I cannot play like him. Like that's why I don't even watch him, because some of the things that he does, I'm just like, I would never in a million years think of doing what he did. And just I don't even watch it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you also have to remember, playing this game is an extension of yourself, right? You play the game and you play a character and you are kind of portraying yourself within the character, right? So, you know, I'm not gonna fool myself and say, oh yeah, like that's how I'm gonna play. You know, I'm gonna do that. No, I'm not. Like, that's never gonna come to my head, because that's not the type of player that I am. You know, maybe once in a blue it might come into my head, but majority of the time it's not. Like, I'm gonna sit that grounded game. I'm gonna, you know, probably do a few, like, if for instance like the Mokolade, like he dashed in and, you know, wait, but I'm not gonna jump and do a Tatsu out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Words to live by. Yes it is. Yes it is. What, like that's just not me. You know, even in martial arts it's the same thing. Like, I'm not a aggressive you know, Roy Jones type of fighter, you know, where he, you know, could go in and throw a bunch of punches and, you know, really overwhelm somebody with the speed and the amount of punches that he throw, like a Manny Pacquiao, where he can just boom 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 and back out and then go in again, boom 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 boom. Like, I can't do that. That's not me. I wait for an opportunity. You know, I play safe, where I throw a lot of jabs. I kind of make sure my distance is proper, and then if I see an opening, boom boom boom.